Hello and welcome to another Bearded Geek toy review. We've got a very quick review for you this week as we look at Star Wars The Mandalorian Black Series Credit Collection figure of IG-11. Now if you've looked at some of our previous videos, you can see that I've got two of these from the Credit Collection range, and these are Black Series figures that are repainted in the style of pre-production artwork from the show The Mandalorian. So I've got two previous figures from the Credit Collection. So on the left we have the Cara Dune figure, and on the right we've got the heavy infantry Mandalorian warrior. Now, as per the other figures in this range, they're based on the pre-production artwork from the show rather than actually how they appeared, and so they're a bit more, like, I would say, like comic strip like than what they actually did. And you know, I like the colours on some of these figures. Certainly the Mandalorian figure is a lot more colourful than how he appeared in the show. The colours were a lot more muted, certainly on his wrists and knee armour. And also Cara Dune had a darker kind of like greeny turquoisey style to her armour in the show. But you know, I like these, the nice variants, which is probably why I then got this chap, because he looked a lot different and very more varied than the standard IG-11 figure in the Black Series, which was kind of like a dull metallic grey with a bit of a bronze wash on him. But this guy certainly looks a lot more colourful. So, quick look at the packaging, and they're in the style of the old Kenner / Palatoy card backs for this. They come with the credit accessory, which is a nice little thing to have, but for me didn't really warrant the price tag of these figures, because these figures retail for $24.95. However, this is another bargain from Star Action Figures. I got him for £14, and I checked today and he's still that price on their website. So effectively you're getting quite a discount there. So for a Black Series figure for that price is well worth it. And as you can see on the side, we've got the pre-production artwork of IG-11 there. And then a brief description on the background. This distinctive collection features premium deco applications inspired by the end credit images from The Mandalorian and a collectible Imperial credit accessory. And then a bit of bump about Imperial credits. And then all your usual safety bump down the bottom here. But we're not interested in that, are we? We want to actually see what the figure looks like. So let's crack him open and have a close look. Now again, if you're not going to rip this from the card back, and you're going to be a little bit more careful in how you take it off, like I am, you just need to be extremely careful and make sure you don't cut yourself, or if you need adult supervision, get a grown-up to help you out. So before we get into the figure, then a quick look at the credit coin accessory. Again, it's just a simple piece of plastic with some Arabic writing on the bottom, the Imperial insignia there, because it's a galactic Empire credit from this era of the show. Nice little accessory to have, and like I said, you know, if you're a cosplayer and stuff, you know, it'd be nice to have these, like, you know, in your pocket, you know, if you're walking around a convention or something. But it doesn't really do anything for me. It's just kind of like a little piece of plastic. So yeah, it's a nice thing to have, but not necessary. So here he is. Here's IG-11. Now he does come with two other accessories. He comes with a standard Imperial Stormtrooper blaster, which I presume he's nicked after he's killed a couple of Stormtroopers, doing his usual bounty hunting. And then he's got the standard IG rifle as well. Again, exactly similar kind of weapon accessories that the IG-88 figure had, which we'll do a comparison in a minute. So he's a very basic figure, and sometimes he's a bit of a bugger to stand up because he's very spindly, but there is articulation on ball joints on the feet and also here on the knees. Now the problem that you've got here is due to these wires here. If you were to have him constantly with like bended knees in poses, then potentially with some of these Black Series figures you're going to end up snapping these wires here, but you know, that's dependent on how you want to style it. There is some articulation on the elbows there, again similar to the IG-88 figure. It was released a fair few years ago, and the head also swivels. Comes with a completely different bandolier, which is unique to IG-11, and again on the back, nice little bit of detail, and there is a holster there for the rifle for you to put in. It doesn't fit the standard Stormtrooper rifle, but the bigger rifle does actually fit in there, so that's a display option as well. Now, a neat little feature that the IG droids have is obviously because, you know, these are quite spindly figures, and based on their design, if you were just to put that in there, that's quite flimsy of the way he holds that gun. So if you look more closely, you'll see a little pin that we've got here, and then there's a little hole at the top of the rifle butt there. So to aid him holding the rifle properly, you slot it in like that. So he actually looks a lot better holding that there. And again, same with the Stormtrooper rifle. As you can see, there's a hole there and there's a pin there, so you can again slot that in so he holds the Stormtrooper rifle properly and doesn't always drop it. So that's a nice little touch from Hasbro to do that. Otherwise you'd have an IG droid that constantly dropping his weapons. So for a side-by-side comparison to the original IG-88 figure, now this is one that I got from the re-released archive collection, because originally this was released several years ago and then proved very difficult to get hold of. But thankfully Hasbro did re-release him in the archive collection, so I then managed to get hold of him. So as you can see, it's essentially basically the exact same figure, except for the colour details are different. Obviously IG-88 here, as he appeared in The Empire Strikes Back, extremely accurate with the colour scheme. And then we've got obviously a slightly different colour scheme here, you know, as we've previously mentioned for IG-11. Oh, I told you they were flimsy and they nearly fell over. So yeah, you know, there's not much difference. The only major difference that you've got is the bandolier. You know, the bandolier that IG-88 has is completely different, and again holds a big kind of like axe, as well as a place for him to put his long rifle in there, which I haven't had as a display option. And like I said, the bandolier that IG-11 wears is completely different. So yeah, not much really to say about that. You know, it's a good figure to have in your collection. And certainly at the price that it's currently up at Star Action Figures, I would heartily recommend that you add him to your Mandalorian Black Series figure collection. So as a final aside, there you go. You've got him posed exactly how he appears in the pre-production artwork of which this figure is based on. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then please leave us a like. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much for everyone who's subscribed so far. It keeps going up. I'm planning to do a live stream the weekend of the 31st of July. We'll post more details of that nearer the time. But also hit that notification bell to get notified whenever we put up a new video. And in the meantime, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you soon on Bearded Geek Toy Reviews. Bye now.